not going to waste time today because I only got till 12 o'clock. Then I got to jump on my live call with my Quantum Prayer Circle family. I've never been on a live of yours. Well, welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here. I want to take a quick moment to talk about divine entrepreneurship today because I had a little experience last week on TikTok, and someone was telling me that basically wanting to be wealthy, wanting to be rich, being a millionaire was evil and it was not of God. And I want to talk about that because there are many, many different aspects and different perspectives that can be had from that. And I want to talk about how that could potentially even be true in some instances. And just like anything else, it is really dependent on the motive behind it, the energy behind it, the reason behind it. Welcome in all these new people. I'm so glad to have you here. My name is Megan. I'm the CEO and founder of Yes God Wellness, which is a holistic health brand dedicated to the mind, body, and spirit connection. Also dedicated to helping you remember that you already have God within you, so you don't need anything outside of you to validate, confirm, or prove that. Yes, God. So in talking about wealth and talking about money and discussing capitalism and all the things, right? I want to be very clear that over here, as for me and my brand, we are talking about divine entrepreneurship. We are talking about entrepreneurship that is of a service to others. We are not just talking about making money for the sake of making money, because, and I can say even in my entrepreneurship journey, I had to learn that, because when I first came into entrepreneurship, it was kind of by accident. It wasn't like this grand plan that I took and I had a very clear understanding of what I was doing. No. A nigga had got laid off. The rent was due, bills were due, and it was time to make something happen. Something needed to crack. Okay, I needed to figure something out. And so in that mode of survival and really being open and willing to try all the things, selling furniture on Craigslist, riding up to Virginia, taking pictures of people's property for them and videos of their mobile homes, and just really open to doing all the things because I needed the money. Okay, I needed the money. And because I needed the money, I was open and willing to find the different ways that I could be of service to people. And I want us to understand that money is a direct correlation to being of service to people. Okay? It is not about us forcing what we think people need and think people want. It is about us surrendering and really listening and saying, okay, what is it? How can I really be useful right now? Okay, not I'm going to go ahead and make a lot of money, so I'm going to come up with this. I'm going to jump on the digital marketing train, and I'm going to, find a course and affiliate and all this other stuff that you hear online about how to make money. That is not divine entrepreneurship. That is not centering service. Okay. Now, when you are able to center service, it means that you are actually listening. You are actually humbling yourself and listening out for the nudges, the divine nudges that God gives you through other people, asking you for service in certain ways. And that is how my brand was actually founded. I was out with some friends. We were shopping for jewelry. Actually, this citrine ring that I still have to this day, I was shopping for this ring, and someone in the room said, "Hey, I've always wanted to try yoni steaming." And one of my girlfriends at the time was like, "Oh my God, Megan does that," because type of person I am, I'm doing something, I'm liking it, I'm loving it, I'm screaming it from the rooftops. Everybody come try yoni steaming. It's helped me heal. It helped me release my trauma. It's helped me regulate my periods. It's my, blah, 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 blah. So long story short, the person said, "I've always wanted to try yoni steaming." I said, I was right there in the room. I said, "I can help you, with a yoni steam. I can do a yoni steam for you." And she said, "How much would you charge me?" She said, "How much would you charge me?" So because I was in the divine right place at the right time, and because also I had already displayed and qualified myself in retrospect. I know that because I was already in a humbled and subservient space of, God, show me whatever I can do to be of service, because I need this money right now. So whatever I got to do to be able to get this compensation and get this exchange, I'm willing to do it. So I remember watching you sell couches just to make a business. Girl, yes, girl. I'm telling you, I was flipping. Y'all know I'm from New York. I was getting it in, okay? I had a minivan. I'm like, oh, free couches on Craigslist? Okay, let me go cop that. Let me go post that again, sell that. Let me flip that so I can get that, so I can go do it again and again and again. Yeah, I was in the mode, okay? I was doing anything. I was doing every fucking thing, all right? So I had the question about yoni steaming, and here this brand was born. And what I learned and realized throughout my journey of starting this brand was that the more that I focused on making more and more and more money, the less money I made. The more I focused on money, the less money I made. The more I focused on how can I be a better service? How can I expand this service? How can I open this up to more people? Because I was just doing the service side in my home. And the idea came, well, why don't you make products, and, why don't you show other people how to do it? New York in the house. Yes, God. And so my survival scarcity mindset was like, well, if I show people how to steam at home, they're not going to need me. And people were like, no, we need you to make the products for us. And I was like, yes, God. So I created a whole product line. Little did I know that was going to be the inception of women naturally, healing themselves, releasing fibroids, healing postpartum, releasing trauma, releasing chronic BV and yeast infections, PCOS, endometriosis, finding relief from all of these things. I had no clue, because that wasn't my journey with yoni steaming. That wasn't my experience with yoni steaming. But again, the underlying thread, the underlying current and correlation is that I was open, surrendered, and willing to be shown how I could be of service. And that is a very different posture than, I got to get this bread, so I'm about to come up with this thing and I'm about to sell it to people and they need to buy it. Okay, that's a very different posture. A queen from Bayside, Queens, New York, stand up. Yes, God. Yes, it's the rock in here. I'm from Rochester, up top, upstate. Okay, but I know New York City is always going to represent. New York City thinks New York City thinks it is New York. I still share your YouTubes with all the examples when women are like, but how? I'm like, girl, Meg breaks it down. Yes, thank you so much for sharing. And thank you so much for being here from day one. I love all my day ones that have been with me, that have seen this journey, this evolution of this brand. And so the thing is, right? So I did that, right? I built a brand, I built products, very successful, very profitable, a lot of testimonials for anyone who wants to check it out. Check out my profile over on Instagram. I have a highlight called Receipts. You can tap right through and see all of the amazing results that have happened as a result of, again, me surrendering, me asking God, please show me how I can be a better service, not how I can make more money. Clear distinction. Yes, more money is, of course, a desire and an intention that I have, but is not the primary, because I understand the law. The law of compensation is that the more that you are of service, the better compensated you will be. More service you provide, more compensation. Okay, so I want to share this with any entrepreneurs, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. Okay, the more service you provide, the better compensated you will be for it. And being of service means listening. It doesn't mean coming up and strategizing and planning and scheming and all this other stuff. It means listening. It means being aware. It means shutting your mouth and opening your ears. Okay, so as a result of me doing that, as I was doing exactly, asking the right questions, show me, Lord. Yes, thank you for being a leader and role model daily. Continue to let God lead you. Yes, God. Yes, 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 yes. And the way that God leads me is through listening to other people, because again, God is the source of our supply. God is the source of our breath. God is the source of the blood running through our bodies. God is the source of our muscles, our bones, God gave us everything we need within us. God is the source of everything. God is the source of our money. God is the source of those deposits in that bank account. However, there are different channels that those things can come through. So we always give praise and honor to the source, but we never get super attached to the channels, because the channels will shift and change. The job may change. The business may evolve. The contracts may change. The deals may change. Okay? So we don't get attached to those channels. We recognize them as what they are, channels from source. Okay, so what happened is, as a natural result of me being of service to women, now hundreds of women, now I'm having conversations with women. We're talking with women. I'm sharing my experiences, my personal development, my approaches to life, my perspectives. And the women are like, I feel better after talking to you. I've been in therapy for 2 years. I've had a conversation with you for an hour, and you have completely changed my whole perspective on everything. You have completely helped me transform. Can you be my coach? So this is how it happens, okay? It happens through service. It happens through a process. It happens through a qualification process. When you are willing to walk in the direction that God is showing you that you are being led to, you will be revealed. The divine scavenger hunt of the purpose for your life will continue to be revealed for you. Okay, so less forcing, less pushing, less trying to make things happen, less hustle. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm still a hustler. I am still a hustler, okay? I still got it in me. The difference is now that is not what is leading me. I allow my hustling spirit, my hustling nature to be of service to God, instead of trying to lead God in the direction, that difference. It's a very marked difference. So again, because of that, now as I have listened to God, I have prayed. My prayers have gone viral. My self-concept rampages have gone viral. And now I am in a position of having a community where I help other people have the right posture, have the right concept of yourself, because the way that you view yourself and perceive of yourself is how other people will perceive and view you. We don't look to the outside world for validation of our worthiness, of our enoughness, of our successfulness, of our wealth, because we can give those things to our own selves, because we are already whole, worthy, perfect, and enough, because we are here by grace. Okay, that is not something that can be earned. And that is something that capitalism wants to teach you, that must be earned, that you have to earn it, that you have to check off these boxes. You have to have this money. You have to have this relationship. You have to have this car. You have to have these labels. You have to have this house. You have to have all these external things to then be worthy, then be enough, then be successful. No, we're coming from the posture of already worthy, already whole, already enough, already successful. Now. Right now, it's already done. Okay. He who has will be given more. He who does not have, even what he does have, will be taken from him. We give it to ourselves now because God already gave it to us by grace. Okay. I am. Exactly. I am. So y'all, I gotta run because my Quantum Prayer Circle call is starting. Would love to have you inside of the Quantum Prayer Circle. Patriarchal civilizations we're living under. Exactly. Yes. Would love to have you inside the Quantum Prayer Circle community. We meet live every day. There's prayers, there's rampages, there's all the things. It's amazing. We're going to Bali to do an identity recalibration retreat in September. Check out the link in my bio, y'all. I love the fact that we were able to spend a few moments, but I got to go, y'all. Love you. Bye. All right, let me open up for my people and let everybody in. Ooh, we got folks waiting in the waiting room, honey. We ready to get. Yes, God. And that